We have the Lovers in the reverse. So you may be dealing with a soulmate, and it's a connection that's quite difficult. Maybe there are a lot of back and forth arguments, pettiness, jealousy, insecurity. There's so many things that soulmate relationships can bring. And these relationships are quite special because they're very intense. Two people are very strongly connected, two very strongly attracted to each other. Sometimes it's puzzling as to why they may feel so attracted because all they do is fight. All they do is get into arguments and oftentimes not necessarily get along very well. And these relationships are meant to be painful. They are for the two people, or at least one of the two people in the partnership. And this pain, it's pretty much what leads to personal transformation and personal growth. Some people call it spiritual awakening. So, they say no pain, no gain. And so when it comes to soulmate relationships, that pain will make you grow in some way or another. And you may not notice it at the time, but probably you will years later and realize, oh my God, I didn't know I used to be like that. Now I'm not like that anymore. It can be quite surprising. And I've had my share of soulmate relationships, and I have to tell you that I look back with nostalgia and think about how awful those relationships were, but also how much I grew from those situations. You may be dealing with a Gemini, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Okay, but it could be another sign, of course. These are just the ones that I see represented on the table. There's Virgo. So coming out of some sort of confusion here with the Moon card in the reverse, perhaps you were living under some sort of illusion or fantasy, or you just had all these weird, confusing things happen, and you didn't know why they were happening, and you didn't know why you were feeling like that. You were perhaps really confused about someone. Why were they being a certain way with you? Are they keeping secrets, etc., etc.? Perhaps this was your energy, you keeping secrets, you creating fantasies for other people. It's a general reading, so it could be your energy, or it could be the energy of the person dealing with a Sagittarius. But I feel like in the second half of August, there's the clarity that's coming in. There's the opening of the eyes and being like, oh, I see now. Okay, things are clear. Everything is out in the open. So whatever secrets there may have been happening in your life, your romantic life, be that things are beginning to come to light. All right. Either the other person may confess something to you, or you may come out of confusion. And with the Lovers card in the reverse, maybe that, you're realizing something about this partnership, something that, is like the fact that it could be soulmate relationship. And that it's just really painful, or that they're making you suffer, or you're making them suffer, or the two of you are suffering. But there may be a final decision being made regarding the situation by the end of August. All right, could be already happening. It could have already happened for some of you, but I definitely see two people going their own separate ways. Two people opening their eyes and no longer wanting to be in this fogginess, right? In this relationship where there was so much inequality, or just, it wasn't, not peaceful. Okay, not peaceful, and it's just more dramatic and more dramatic. Okay. So with the Page of Pentacles, you could have been dealing with a younger person, or you're younger than the person you're dealing with. Okay. But this could also be just an offer here that was turned down. Maybe someone came in the past to you with a love offer, and you just didn't want to take them on. Or you offer something to someone and they didn't accept your cup. All right. In this case, it's a pentacle, which could have been a more serious thing that you were looking for. You were probably really eyeing this person as relationship material, and you were really trying to get them to see you in that light. Okay. Unfortunately, this did not happen. Okay, with the Ten of Cups in the reverse, it was a certain amount of unhappiness. The two of you might not have wanted the same thing, or the one of you could have not felt ready for this type of relationship. And so I definitely see that there was a missed opportunity here, that either you missed the opportunity or they missed the opportunity. It destabilized the connection between the two of you. I'm not saying that there was a breakup, or I'm not saying that the two of you stopped talking to each other. It just seems like it didn't end up in the most happy tone. Okay, there was something here that was unpleasant about how this went down with you and someone else in the future. Could have been your spouse, could have been your partner. So mid-August, I definitely see a love offer. This could be a new person, or this could be, a renewal of this soulmate connection in some sort of way. The two of you continue to piece it together. All right. One is, again, more mature than the other in certain areas, maybe age-wise or just emotionally. The Page of Cups and Queen of Cups, this is about emotion and feelings. This is about the deep stuff, okay? Especially the Queen of Cups. She's not messing around. She knows what love is, and she can give it, and she also expects it, okay? The Page of Cups is a novice. It's someone who's just starting up. They're just trying to learn to love. There's still a lot of things that they do wrong. There's still a lot of things that they don't know about really offering to someone else. They are learning, right? So it could be a relationship again. That's why it will make it a soulmate relationship, where the two people are in the connection. They feel for each other. They have the same cup energy, right? They have this connection, but they're at different levels. And so this could be creating problems. They're well-intentioned, the two people, but it's like trying to piece together two pieces of a puzzle, and they're from two different puzzles. Okay, it's like a puzzle of a mountain, a piece of that puzzle, and then you're trying to make it work with a piece of the ocean. And they're just from two different sets. And here are two people trying to make it work, and it just is causing all kinds of problems. And that is why I feel it's quite difficult to for this union to really take off. It could also be that there's going to be some sort of decision that needs to be made, right, about how much to really give to this person, or how much this person should be giving to you. Late August, I see, the conflict ending. Okay, so I was talking about conflict. It comes to an end. And I believe that there's two people here that are no longer going to move forward in this connection. Someone opens their eyes and they just say, well, this is not for me. I can't do this. And then that's where, the fights end, because you need two people to start a fight, right? You can't just really fight with yourself. I mean, there is internal conflict, but I'm talking that this is more of an external energy, where I feel like you just don't want to be conflicted anymore. You just don't want to continue trying to make it work with someone, and you make the decision here to not move forward. So you may not be moving forward with a Cancer, or you may not be moving forward with a Gemini, or they have those a lot of that in their sign. It could be that, it's this Cancer that just realizes that, this is not healthy. And that's why they decide to walk away from this fight. Because the Chariot is about a balancing of opposites, right? It's about taming our emotions. And someone with this energy, they know where they want to go. They know what they have goals already. They already see themselves in a certain way, living a certain life. And when they're in the reverse, they're noticing that there's something is off. This person that I'm dealing with is off. This relationship is off. This is not taking me where I know I feel that I should be going. Okay, so you could be feeling like that, or the other person. Let's pull a card to verify or clarify this reading. If you haven't done so yet, please hit like. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to leave me comments. Thank you so much for tuning in again. I'll be doing more uploads. Your August readings were posted about a week ago, so that's for the entire month of August. So watch that video and watch this video, and then compare and see what the messages may be for your particular situation. But nothing gets more accurate than a personal reading. So for that, visit my website, thetowermoment.com or maxestarot.com. Thank you, dear universe. Let's see what else is going on in this situation. Yeah, King of Swords. Again, you could be dealing with an air sign. Here's the Page of Pentacles, another page. You know, you're dealing with a lot of young people here, Sagittarius, or you are a young person who deals with someone who is older than you. These are also, you know, just immature energies. You know, maybe you're just getting mixed up with people who are not at your level necessarily. Yeah. Okay, maybe you just prefer them young because you like to be in control of the connection, etc. You just like them young. They're more attractive or something like that. So you may be dealing with suitors that you know, where there's an age difference. But it could also be just wanting at least the very, very basics here to create a relationship. And for that, you need a little bit of at least Page of Pentacles energy to make something strong, or at least the first rock of a huge construction project, right? You want it to be a good rock, a solid rock, in order to build from it. So you may be trying to find this or offer this. And with the Seven of Wands here, we see more resistance. We see more conflict. In this deck, the two people are actually fighting. You know, this person is defending their territory, and they're actually pushing someone else away. Where in the Rider-Waite, the Seven of Wands is just one person, you know, with their wand, keeping others at a distance, which could be interpreted as resistance and drawing boundaries. But in this deck, this is a fight. All right, this is somebody kicking the other person, get away from me. You know, with the Five of Wands here, again, there's conflict in a connection, very strong conflict. A lot of arguments with the King of Swords. There is a lot of, there could be some manipulation, okay, of the, you know, someone manipulating the other. And there could be someone here finally walking away, someone regaining their sense of who they are and what they want, being very blunt and clear. And then they're just like, no, I just can't continue with this. This is not my path. This is not my destiny. And I'm just going to take steps to move in a different direction.